And welcome back, everyone. First of all, Happy New Year. Today is the 1st of January 2025. We have a new year, so all the best to all of you guys, to all of my community for the next year. I just have to say from the start, it was not a long night for me of partying. It's just that my voice is a bit damaged from just feeling a bit under the weather for the past couple of days. I think I caught something during the World Rapid and Blitz. But that's just a warning at the start. It's not been a long night. In fact, I went to bed at already 1 a.m. here in New York City yesterday, briefly after the start of the new year, and nothing much else happened last night here. I want to make this video just to discuss a couple of things, especially still about the World Championship. Since yesterday on the 31st we had the final, and now we have two new Blitz world champions, which are Magnus Carlsen and Nepomniachtchi. And all of this was quite surprising yesterday. First of all, we had this whole story with Magnus wearing the jeans, and when that ended, everyone thought now we can finally have a normal event, but everyone was a bit too quick to think that. And in the Blitz, we had another pretty big thing which happened in the final. So to those of you who didn't follow what happened, there is the new format in the World Blitz Chess Championship, which is that only the top 8 players qualify after the Swiss has ended. So we have 13 rounds where everyone is allowed to play, and then the top 8 will move to this KO stage. So this is kind of a new development, which wasn't there previously when I've played. And already that feels a little bit strange, at least to me. Like, I think this format also has many upsides, which are that probably it's more exciting to watch for the fans. But yeah, for 99% of the players, it just means that it's one day less of playing. And 13 rounds, I have to say, is not that much to decide anything at all in Blitz. Previously, I think it was 21 or 23 in the last couple of years. I think some sort of mix is good between Blitz and this KO, but I would suggest maybe having a few more rounds than 13, maybe like 15, 16, 17, something like that, maybe 18, but yeah, that's just one thing. And what I wanted to say was that, then we had this 8-player knockout format, which featured many strong players, and in the end Magnus Carlsen played in the final against Nepomniachtchi, and these matches are like on 4 games, so it's just normal 3+2, and if you win the match, at least if you're the first one to score 2.5, then you win the match. And what happened is that the first mini match between Magnus and Jan ended in 2-2, and the second one as well. And then they were supposed to play one more. They were supposed to play as many more of these matches until there's a winner decided. But after the game has ended, so after the 8th game of their match has ended, Magnus proposed to Jan that they would just split the title. And that was already shocking on the stream, at least for me. I was watching the game and I was watching the broadcast, and then even hearing about this. And after a couple minutes, like 10-15 minutes of discussion, FIDE, to my very big surprise, accepted this request that the title will be split between Magnus and Jan. So this is kind of a totally new development. We've never seen 2 world champions at the same time, so this sharing a world championship title, we've never seen it before in chess history, I think. And now I just want to give you what I think, give you my thoughts on this whole thing. So I have to say I'm quite displeased on what happened yesterday. This is just my personal opinion. I think that in this World Championship format, there is only supposed to be one world champion. And also it was in the regulations beforehand. So I think it's first of all, it's very strange from the players to propose this, because I think it's also very unfair to the fans and people who actually went there and were watching the match. They were expecting to see one winner and one winner only. And also for the fans at home who were looking at the chess broadcast at New Year's Eve, basically, and then they had to see the title being shared. I'm sure that many people were also happy, because if you're a fan of both Magnus and Jan, of course you're happy to see both of them win the title. But for me personally, it's not what I at least wanted to see. First of all, it's a bit strange from the players, in my opinion. I understand that they have been through a very long day and through a very long tournament in general, so they must feel tired, but still, it's a World Championship match, so you just have to keep on playing. And for this big title, for this big prize money, I mean, you just have to play. There's no way of saying it differently, even if you're almost close to falling asleep. So this is just my take on that. When it comes to the one more thought which I wanted to finish as well was that I watched also the C-squared video featuring Christian Kurilla and Fabiano Caruana, and I always value their opinion very highly. And what surprised me a little bit was that Fabiano mentioned that he doesn't blame the players at all, because they were just requesting it, and then it was basically granted to them. And he was just of the opinion that the players didn't do anything wrong. I see this a bit. I see it a bit differently, because I just think you're supposed to play this thing out. When it comes to the organizers, FIDE, for granting their wish, basically, I think it's also a little bit strange, because you're just basically changing the rules while the game is being played. Hans Niemann made this somewhat extreme analogy, but I still thought it was funny on Twitter, that imagine like a US final in tennis where Sinner plays against Alcaraz, and then at some point the rules are just changed in this game, or also that they settle on this, specifically in this case, that they just settle that they will share the title. I think this is what Hans said. The thing is, and maybe you could help me out there a little bit, I just don't see why FIDE exactly did that. Because they were also beforehand with the whole jeans story, they were like insisting on the rules, which makes sense. If you want to be a serious organization, you have to defend the rules and enforce them. But now all of a sudden we see that basically exactly the opposite happened. Like, we have regulations before the event, and then just because the players requested to share the title and just stop the event, they just granted this. And I just don't see exactly why. Maybe there's a bigger explanation for that goes a bit deeper than just the surface. But yeah, it would be interesting to hear your opinion on that. Why they granted this, because I only see like negative points also for them, because now again they're in kind of the negative eye as well, at least from most of the chess world. But yeah, this was I think my whole everything what I wanted to say about this. Of course, both players also deserve the title. Yeah, like it's clear to me that both Magnus and also Jan are clearly at least one of the best Blitz players in the world. I mean, technically you could say all of the people that were in the top 8 also deserve the title, or even that were not in the top 8. But yeah, that was it. I also want to mention the thing that happened with Dubov and Hans, which was funny. Again, if you didn't see what happened, I will just briefly explain everything. So what happened is that Dubov being paired against Hans Niemann, I think it was in round 10 or so, or maybe round 9, Dubov didn't show up to the game, which was a huge shock to everyone, because they were playing on the stage like for the top placements basically. Dubov had the white pieces, why shouldn't he come to the game? Something must have happened, something very serious. Shortly after, it turned out that Dubov said that he overslept. I think everyone who at first hears that is already a bit skeptical, because it's a world championship after all, and you will not just fall asleep like this. I mean, there has to be something very, very wrong, I think, if this happens, like not sleeping for 3 nights straight or so, because there's just so much adrenaline, there's so much to win in this event. Like, why would you fall asleep? And shortly after that, I think it was also quite clear that this was not the reason why he didn't show up to the game. There was this interview between Levi Rosman and Daniil on the Take 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 channel, where Dubov made it quite clear that it wasn't because of that, but that simply he doesn't want to play against Hans because he kind of holds a grudge for him for probably cheating, at least in his eyes, cheating in the past, and that he, at least I understood it like this, that he still might be cheating, because Dubov after that also posted on social media that he agrees to playing Hans in like a mini match in Blitz if Hans makes like a lie detector test, which including all of these cheating questions. So that's kind of Dubov's take on it. Again, I was very surprised because it is a world championship, and like I don't see you can say whatever you want about Hans, but to me it's like totally obvious that he's not cheating here. We can talk about previous incidences where I think I've also mentioned that I don't think he was cheating, yeah, to me at least it's clear that here he's like completely clean. He's just playing normal chess, strong chess. So yeah, it was a little bit of a strange thing to do it here, and it didn't really, like, I don't see what it helps Dubov achieve. Now he didn't even manage to qualify to the finals because of this game, and yeah, that was basically it. So we'll see also how this develops. Again, there just so much happened in this event, but I think I discussed now the two main hot topics here, which are the shared first place and Dubov versus Niemann. And yeah, we'll see what happens with FIDE along the lines. I'm quite sure we will see a couple more developments, especially when it comes to freestyle chess and Magnus and with FIDE. Yeah, Magnus was participating after all, as we've all seen, even though he said he doesn't want to play the Blitz. But yeah, after all, he decided to get back to it, and it was of course very nice to see him play as usual. But yeah, I'm still not sure on how much he will play in the future, at least like classical chess. Yeah, so many interesting developments to see what will happen in the future. But yeah, guys, I think I discussed everything which I wanted to say. I'm very curious to hear your opinion on this whole thing, like because I can understand both standpoints, like that you say, yeah, the players were tired and they both deserve the title, so why not give it to them? And also what I mentioned before, what is my opinion, that I don't think it's totally fair for the fans to have to witness this, sharing the first place. But yeah, I'm very curious to hear your opinion, and I will of course reply to the comments if there's something interesting to talk about. I think it's a nice topic, and also for FIDE they will have to change the regulations, because again, I don't think that they want to have this scenario again where they just have to write the rules basically new in like 5 minutes. They wrote up like a new regulations form. So yeah, I think there will be some revising to do, also considering the dress code. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, I'm still in New York, totally different topic now. I'm still in New York. I'm going home tomorrow on the 2nd. I'm flying home back to Vienna, and from there I'm intending to produce some more recaps from the Blitz. On the 31st, I was yeah, very tired and just didn't manage to record anything. Also, my audio quality is not as good here, so I want to do that from home. There were a couple of interesting games from me as well in the Blitz, and also let me know if you want to see some of the other top games of the event. I am intending to do like a small recap of my games, and also again to kind of highlight again what are the main developments in the opening in this World Championship. So these are my two ideas, but if you have any other ideas what sort of videos I could do on the World Rapid and Blitz, then please let me know, and I will try to implement them if I like them as well. So yeah, guys, again, Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you for watching this small update video from New York, and I will see you in the following days with another video, probably with along the lines of the World Championship. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.